So unless you've been living under a rock for the past couple of weeks, you may have heard about the drama that has been happening in the world of IT in regards to the right to repair and how CompTIA was involved. So that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. There's going to be a ton of links in the description below that will reference everything that we're talking about here. So if at any time you want to know more, find that link in the description. And before we begin, I think it's really important that I talk to you guys about something because I have worked with CompTIA in the past. They have sponsored a lot of my content, had a great relationship with them, and I've enjoyed the work I've done with them. As you know, this past year, I got my Security Plus certification from CompTIA, and I recommend them all the time. All the time I'm telling you guys to get one of their certifications, to start off with one of their certifications. And the reason, that I work with them, the reason that I recommend them is because I honestly 100% truly believe in what they do. I believe in their certifications. I believe in their overall mission on what it is that they're looking to accomplish. They have another business that they own or operate that is called Creating IT Futures. And right there within the title of that really defines what it is that we do here at IT Career Questions, but it also tells you a lot about what CompTIA is trying to do, which is create IT futures. And I strongly believe in their mission because that's my mission. Like, that's how closely we relate. There's many aspects of CompTIA, but overall they are trying to start people's futures within IT. And I commend them for that. I support that, and I want to be a part of that. But let's talk about the right to repair. If you're unfamiliar with this, again, link in the description for Louis Rossman's channel. Respect this gentleman very, very much. There's so much that I agree with him on what's happening with the right to repair bills across, the nation. There are a couple things that I don't agree with him on, but they aren't necessarily in relation to the right to repair. The right to repair is a very serious matter as far as I'm concerned. When I was made aware of what was happening, I kind of had, known about Louis for a long time because of the deals or the troubles that he had with Apple. And I support what he's doing. Believe me, that's a huge aspect of this. The right to repair bill is basically saying, you, as a consumer, as somebody who owns any type of electronic product or any other product, I guess for that matter, you have the right to repair that. You have the right to get the materials for these devices and fix them on your own, or take them to somewhere or someone who can do those repairs. And there are people fighting against that. There are large organizations and companies fighting that a consumer shouldn't have the right to repair their own equipment, their own things. There's stuff happening with this with John Deere right now, John Deere tractors. It's a very big deal with farmers because with their equipment, the John Deere equipment, John Deere is basically not allowing them to fix the John Deere equipment anymore. You have to pay for a service contract and they come out and service those tractors. And that's much of what you're kind of seeing was, people are trying to do within a lot of factors in life, but we're looking primarily focusing on technology, so that's what we're talking about through this entire video. They want to make it that same way, where you have to be a certified repair technician or certified through XYZ company to actually do the repairs on those devices. They don't want you, as the consumer, as a potential IT professional, to make those repairs. That's messed up. I don't agree with. I think that we all should have the ability to repair whatever we own, whatever we possess, right? I hope that makes sense. I know that could be thrown way out of proportion, but I should be able to take my computer and solder whatever I want onto the motherboard, and I should understand how each different component functions with that motherboard. I should be able to see a manual from the manufacturer that states this is how this operation works, or these are how these operation works. This is what this specific component does. I want to be able to see all that. If I want to repair my own computer, my own phone, replace a battery on a phone, which is a whole nother story that you'll hear from Louis Rossman on his channel, I should be able to do that. It blows my mind because I can go to any Napa Auto Parts or AutoZone and buy parts for my car, and a car, and that's a big deal. You're talking about, many thousands of dollars, first of all, and a typically most often like what, 4,000 pound or more, I'm guessing, machine that operates, that moves, that you drive on a day-to-day basis. And I can go to any one of these part stores, buy the parts, and replace my own brakes if I wanted to. The great thing about this is I could YouTube a video and I could do it myself. I've done it myself many times before, to be honest with you guys. I should be able to do that, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I should be able to be responsible enough to know how to do this. Not necessarily know how to do this, but understand how to do it and try to do it myself if I wanted to. Same with all your big stores like Menards or Lowe's or Home Depot. You could pretty much go into any one of those stores and buy the required equipment or parts to fix just about anything in your house, right? You own your house and you should be able to do any repairs that you want to it. You should be able to reshingle your roof if you want. You should be able to replace your own furnace if you want to, and you can. And the fact that these technology giants are trying to say, no, you're a consumer. You can't do that. You need to have, this certification or be, certified by us to be able to do those repairs. Or you send this, this equipment off to us and we'll do the repairs. And we'll charge you out the wahoo for those repairs, right? I mean, that's currently, happening right now, and that's messed up, right? Like, I want to be able to buy the parts. I want to be able to understand how this works. I want to be able to see a manual, see documentation, make those repairs myself. So let's try to bring all this into this one video here, which is very difficult. CompTIA was involved, and again, I have a great relationship with CompTIA. I believe in what they do, and you guys are going to find any content that's ever been sponsored on this channel, it's because I believe in what that company is doing. I've looked into that company, I've looked at their products, I've determined that yes, this is something that I can personally recommend. Not because they're paying me. I mean, because they're paying me, that's often why I'm working with them, but it's also because I like what they do. And I turn down companies every single day, almost every single day. I'm not that popular of a YouTuber. And I don't want to work with them because as a professional, as a human being, as somebody who always tries to remain authentic and genuine, I can't promote crap products. I just cannot do it. No matter how much money they're offering me, I just can't do it. Like, that's not genuine. That's not authentic. At that point, you just become a paid shill. And many of you guys think I'm already a paid shill, but in the matter, like, the truth is, they pay me to do something that I would already do. Like, they would pay me something to talk about. They would pay me to talk about something that, in most cases, I would already talk about, or I would already have good feelings about, that I could share that with you. However, CompTIA being involved in the right to repair, which they were fighting for the tech giants, essentially saying that, yeah, we don't want end users or consumers to repair their own stuff. So yeah, we don't want this right to repair bill to pass. That's ridiculous. I mean, I'm kind of summing this up right now. Now, to be 100% honest with you guys, when I first heard this, I wasn't mad. I was disappointed. I was upset. Like, I was actually distraught. And to provide context to all of that, like, my own wife knew something was wrong with me for days because this had been happening over this last week. And it was like every day something new. And I was like getting upset because I just couldn't believe this was happening. I couldn't believe that CompTIA was involved in the aspect that they were. And I was offended. I mean, I had an hour-long conversation with Dwan Lightfoot on the phone just this past week, and we talked about this. We talked about how just upset I was about this, and my thoughts, my feelings about that, and how, as much as I love CompTIA and support what they're doing, that was one thing that I just was, I didn't know how to feel about it. Like I said, I was just offended by it. I was upset by it because here's a company who is trying to create IT futures, much like what I'm trying to do. They have a great mission of, opening up potential IT professionals' eyes to the path of IT. They helped them get into IT. And for me to see what they were doing, I looked at it this way because there are so many potential IT professionals out there, and I want to call them tinkerers right now because there's so many of you guys out there who have tinkered with your own equipment, your own computers. You built your own computers, you repaired them, your phones, any type of tech equipment at all, or you soldered your own components together at some point, right? That's who it affects. It affects these people who want to be who are learners, who are developing, who are trying to figure out what they want to do. And if that's what they want to do, they should be able to do it. And you shouldn't be stopped from trying to tinker with your own stuff and figure it out. Because this is how we build IT professionals. This is how we bring people into the world of information technology as a whole. And I'm not saying that somebody who's soldering their own equipment is, going to be somebody who's going to work on the help desk or a network engineer. They're going to be maybe some type of engineer that is involved in IT as a whole, which is massive, you guys. Like, it's just ginormous. And to stop somebody from doing that offends me. Like, that offends me because as Zach from IT Career Questions, it is my goal. It is my mission to help each and every person that I can get into the IT field. And the one thing that I differ on with Louis Rossmann is the IT certification's validity with CompTIA. They have come a long way. And in the past couple of years, they have definitely revamped their certifications, and I think they've done a really phenomenal job of it. And, he's right in some aspects where much of that content that he had seen was outdated. We can all agree on that we've seen that in the past, but they've come a long way and made drastic improvements. And I could say for certain their new A+ certification is, much more up to date, obviously because it was just updated last year, but it's actually very relevant to today's entry-level IT workforce, which is exactly what the CompTIA certifications focus on, is those entry-level types of roles. A+, I think, does a phenomenal job of introducing people to, the more entry-level type of IT work that you may see, or just IT like familiarity, if that makes sense, if I even said that word right. They do a good job of that. That's how their certifications are designed. So I respect his opinion. I respect him very, very much. I would go up to this guy and shake his hand and thank him for what he does, because I truly do appreciate what he is doing. But I differ on that with him, with his opinion on the CompTIA certifications. I could say for sure, I could tell you wholeheartedly, honestly, I'm so thankful that CompTIA has decided to back down or to step away from these types of conversations with the right to repair. I feel like that was a huge victory, and that restored all of my faith in CompTIA. And I'm still going to recommend CompTIA certifications and CompTIA in general because, again, I really believe in what they're doing. And the fact that they, in my opinion, made the right decision makes me happy. Like that just brings it back, because they are doing good things, and they're definitely trying to bring more people into the IT workforce, which we do need. And I commend them for that. I respect CompTIA and what they do. And as far as the right to repair thing, I'm all for that. And you as an IT professional should be as well. And these large organizations and these corporations who are doing this, I have no respect. I don't respect that at all. I feel like that it pushes people in the wrong direction, and that's not what we're trying to do here. We're trying to push people in the right direction and create IT futures. That's what we are trying to do. So that's my thoughts, opinions, whatever, on the right to repair. If you guys want to support the right to repair, links are in the description below. Links in the description for Louis Rossmann and his content that he put out. Again, respect that gentleman so much, and keep fighting for the right to repair. because it's important. It really, truly is very important. You guys have to understand, I got so many messages in regards to this, asking me what my thoughts and opinions were, and I've heard many people's thoughts and opinions on this matter. And I was definitely holding off as long as I could to make a video just to see how things were playing out, and I'm happy that they turned out the way that they did. So that's it for today's video. If you guys want to leave your comments and what your opinions are on the right to repair, on CompTIA, please leave your comments below. I think this is a very important subject to talk about and to continue a discussion on. As always, take it easy.